What up? What up? What up? Saturday evening, 8:30. Hope everybody had a Saturday today. Hope everything went well. Um, I want to pick back up with my power forwards. I'm as opposed to giving you my top as I did with the centers. With the power forwards, I'm going to give you my top 10, and you might see that going forward because there are a lot of people that I think I'll miss if I don't include 10 power forwards. Number 10, and I'm gonna look over to the left. I got it pulled up on my phone. He's from Dallas. Went to high school here in Dallas, a small college in Oklahoma. Led the NBA in rebounds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight years. Talking about Dennis Rodman, y'all. And some of y'all will probably think, well, how can Dennis Rodman be included in the top 10 power forwards? He can actually be included in the small forwards and power forwards. I chose the power forwards because I think that's where he did most of his damage on defense and with the rebounding. Think about it. How many guys do you know they don't have to score, get a lot of assists and things of that nature, but they can still have a major impact on the game. They can be the difference between a win and a loss. And I don't care what you say. Excuse me. Dennis Rodman had that effect on people. Had that effect on the game. Go back to the 1996 NBA Finals against the Seattle Supersonics. Frank Burkowski was so irritated with Dennis Rodman that Dennis Rodman didn't have to say anything to him. He would look at him. Then when the game got flowing, he would take a cheap shot. Frank Burkowski ended up getting tossed. And then at the time, it was one of those things, man, Rodman get on my nerves. But as you grow older and understand life, sometimes you just know what buttons to push to get somebody to that other level. And Rodman was the king of that. And I think a lot of that stems from his time with the Detroit Pistons with Isaiah, Dumars, Rick Mahorn, Lambeer. Guys, when you're growing up, you despise them. You despise them. Because one, you felt like they were dirty, and they did play dirty. But there was a method to the madness. So Dennis Rodman, he's my number 10 power forward. I think he's underrated a lot of times because of the effect that he had on the game. He's one of those guys you don't want to play against him, but you want him on your team. Ron Artest is another person like that. He won't make the top 10 of any one of my list here, but you knew what Artest was bringing to the table. He wasn't going to back down. Rodman wasn't going to back down. Go back if you get a chance. Watch the 1996 NBA Finals. Conference Finals, the Eastern Conference Finals. He gave Shaq fits. Yes, I said Shaq. I think the rules were a little bit different, but he knew how to put his knee, quad, whatever you want to call it, in his backside and ride him out. It wasn't easy. He was great on the perimeter players. Jordan, Magic, when they met up in the finals. He was solid against Worthy. And I say solid because Worthy had a lot of tricks in his bag. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. But Dennis Rodman is my number 10. And I want to thank my boys at the barbershop because we were talking about it today. They were like, E, what about Rodman? And because I was doing 5, I couldn't get him in my top 5. But because I'm doing 10, I can get him in there. He's coming in at number 10. And Dennis Rodman is one of those players. If I had one game, one night, I can find a way to get him on my roster. So there you have it, number 10, Dennis Rodman. Y'all have a good weekend. Or enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm sorry.